All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 Atlantic Challenge Cup here in Chicago. We are now on match 11, and it's a singles match for the boys. So I'm going to introduce the players to you. First of all, give a big hand for Europe's Maxime Dudanets. He's up against USA's Ricky Evans. Now it's over to the commentary box with Jeanette Lee and Upstate Al.
Well, everybody, welcome back to day 3 of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. I'd like to bring you up to date right now. The score tally is 8-2 in favor of Europe. I'm going to be joined in the booth here by the one and only, the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee.
Hello.
Hey, Jeanette, how are you? And welcome aboard. And Jeanette, because of the score and the way it is, 8-2 right now, what's your input over the overall 3 days here?
You know, this has been really exciting. Some of these people have not played in a format like this before. They've certainly gotten enough American support, which I think is fantastic. But, you know, some of them have definitely struggled. We've all been there. They're getting more and more experience. I know they want to win, and we're very proud of them. They have worked very hard for this, and they've still got a lot of growing to do and things like that. But in terms of just heart and work ethic, respect, diligence, I couldn't be prouder of them, really.
Great. That's, you know, it's great to hear, especially coming from Jeanette. You know, the players spent some time down there at the Black Widow camp.
Yes, the Black Widow the Black Widow Foundation sponsors the Black Widow Junior Camp. These kids all come and stay in my house, and we work at a local pool room. This last year it was at Fatso's Q Club and Sports Bar there in Tampa, Florida, my new home. And these kids all stayed at our house, and Johnny Archer was there, Nick Varner, Allison Fisher, and of course their main captain, Earl Munson.
Yeah, talking about Johnny, you see him right there in front of you, and sitting by April Larson right there. That's really nice, and it's not only that. There's many people that actually pulled together and jumped on board and wanted to make this happen and continue to do so. And you could see some of the logos across the board, including CSI, and of course AZ Billiards and everybody else involved. It's really nice to see that outpour.
You know, I'm going to say, really, Sam Deep and Earl Munson are the ones that got me involved in the Atlantic Cup to begin with. I know that they have worked tirelessly, and I mean really tirelessly, as well as Rick Donner and so many others, in putting this on. And they really, really support and love the juniors, and really helped get us all together to do this thing. I always wanted to support the juniors, but you know, starting with training them for this Atlantic Cup has just been a phenomenal experience for us pros.
Right. Well, look, folks, this is Ricky Evans of the USA, and he's going to be playing Maxime Dudanets.
There couldn't be a more fun guy to watch. You know, he has a tremendous amount of confidence. He's not afraid of anyone. He paces himself. He never looks like he's in a rush. And I've overheard some of the other juniors, American juniors, saying how much they respect his style at the table. You know, just shows no fear throughout all of it.
Well, I think being loose as a goose is a good thing, but that 6 ball is the only one that went past the head string. It's going to be a illegal break, and Team Europe has the option here.
Europe has the option.
Now, as everyone knows, it is an illegal break when you either do not pocket one of two things. You either pocket a ball or you get a ball behind the head string. You need to do that with 3 balls. So if you make a ball and 2 balls passes the hand string, that would still be counted. He made a ball and only the 6th ball passed it, so that's what makes it illegal.
And here's a push out. This is interesting here because, you know, when you push out to visibility of the ball, you're giving your incoming player, your challenger, a chance to play safe right back at you. I just can't see Maxime Dudanets turning this back over. I understand, and Maxime is not playing up to his game either. He's been around for a little while, but with that shot, you wouldn't know it. What a shot to come with.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he gave that gave him a very makeable shot.
Right.
And typically on a push out, you don't want to give him a chance to make a ball where all you've got to do is hit it and you're going to end up straight in like this on the 3 ball. I see a lot of discipline with the Europeans, and I'm very impressed with them. I still believe that the Americans play better, of course.
Yes,
but
I'm biased with you. Right
yeah,
along with
yeah.
you.
But at the same time, they haven't all shown that in the previous matches. But it's not over yet, not even close.
You know, some of the foundation, the implements that they have over in Europe, I had the opportunity to speak to Dave and a couple of folks from that side of the pond, and they have so much involved there.
Right.
As far as sponsorship, and if these young men and women here, well, young girls, I don't know, ladies, should win over here, they actually get paid entries to professional tournaments over there. Hotel fees, travel fees, food, it's all taken care of.
Coaches.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now you're playing against the Defiants, and you're playing against Rob Souquet, and that's good seasoning.
Right.
And not only that, the younger pool players that are over in Europe look up and say, hey, look at this. Maxime is now over in so-and-so playing Niels Vian or playing Torsten Holman or whatever the case may be. Now they have something to look forward to.
Right, right.
And I'd love to see that take place here in the USA.
Absolutely. I think that was the main purpose of the Billiard Education Foundation and the Black Widow Foundation working together to groom these juniors so that not only for them, I mean, I know someone like Chris and Zach Urganis, one of the alternates, I know that they will not be able to participate next year. They'll be too old, but that doesn't mean that they won't continue on to be America's adult pro champions.
I think they will.
So we need to continue that commitment of sponsoring, of supporting every way that we can. And so if anybody wants to come, you know, you're welcome to donate to the Black Widow Foundation on blackwidowfoundation.org, as well as the Billiard Education Foundation as well, who put on the Black Widow Junior the Billiard Education Foundation puts on the Junior Nationals, the BEF Junior Nationals, as well as scholarship money and working towards getting billiards in the programs in the schools.
Right.
They do great work.
Sorry to cut you a little short, but another thing over in Europe is, you know, these young men and ladies here, if they win something over in it, they're not fighting or winning for a cash prize. They're going for medals. And talking about medals with Maxime Dudanet, twice European gold medalist, second place world youth champion in 2015. He's only 17 years old. So at the age of 15, he's won some of his accomplishments.
Yeah, and with Ricky, he's the 2012, 13, and 14 Super Billiard Expo winner.
Wow.
Which is, that's hard to beat, considering the type of people that go to Allen Hopkins Super Billiard Expo, as well as 2014 BEF Junior National Champion. So both of these guys have a tremendous, for their young age, Ricky's only 15 years old, but both of them have a ton of experience having their back to the wall and having to come with it for their country.
Yeah, there's some pressure here. There's definitely some pressure. This is the platform. You know, you do have the junior nationals and everything like that, but this platform is, I think, the highest platform right here. It's streamed. There's cameras out there. You have alternates. It's ran superbly.
Yeah, whenever you can play, you know, for example, Maxime playing for his country or for Europe, and Ricky for America. I mean, any of these international events or, you know, world events is something that means a whole lot to them. It's something that they'll be able to be proud of for years to come.
Well, you got an unforced error right there by Ricky Evans that on that one ball, allowing Maxime to come back. Keep an eye on the score down below. It's 1-0 Maxime, and the score in the upper left-hand corner is the overall score, 8-2 in favor of Europe. The USA cannot afford to let them get another point here.
No, there's an overall, I think 22 matches there is to be won. I'm not sure, I think.
I think we have 7 today. Let not
Right.
mistaken. I mean, Europe can actually close this out today and win this. Or win
That's
the cup.
right. So
Keep it.
we need to start winning some of these matches,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yes, we
Well,
do.
Ricky's up to the task. I have a lot of confidence in him. He can't keep making unforced errors like what we just saw, but I don't think he plans to continue.
No, he's, everybody's human. We all are human. So I'd like to see the coaches get out there and say, you know what,
boy.
you're human. Hey, you missed.
Oh, God.
Oh, that looks like it just about got married up. Rick is going to come over and take a look at it, I guess, before Maxime takes the shot. And I think he's going to have to go off the rail here.
Yeah, he's looking at kicking it, that's for sure.
And notice a lot of things.
He caught that a little fuller. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Go
He
ahead.
caught that last ball a little bit fuller than he meant to, and that's why it came up short and ended up snuggling onto that 6 ball.
Right. The kicking ability is tremendous, but the kicking and playing safe at the same time is really difficult
Oh, please
to do.
don't do this. Okay. Phew.
He's going to leave a shot for Rick. Going to redeem himself right now. The USA back up at the table.
You know what,
Ricky
this-
knows the weight is on his shoulders.
This is not a piece of cake, actually, because he's a little bit jacked up. Hopefully he'll play short position, not try to do too well. Looks like he's going to come out one rail.
Yeah, he should
for
come
the
up on
6.
top of the 6, yeah.
Very nice. That was a great stroke.
And he can actually hold a cue ball back there and shoot the 7 in the same pocket. Looks
That's
like
right.
He's got that slight angle, Well, he's
No, he
okay.
wants to just draw back and have that angle on the 7 so that he could shoot the 8 ball in the same pocket as well. There you go. So now he's going to hopefully go one rail down to the end table. Look at him thinking about that last error that he made.
He's definitely stirring things up in his head, but you won't see that when he comes back to the table.
I like that he went around and looked exactly where he wanted to be on the 9 ball. You could see he was sticking in that.
Now, I
in that
know you
corner.
guys did a lot of training even with the clock. Both teams, I
Yes.
believe, did training with the clock. And
That's
I did
right.
notice that there really isn't much of a wrenching and taking a quick look at the clock, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you got ample time, so don't worry about the time. And I kind of like that. I was expecting.
He knows that this is a key shot right here.
Sure.
So he was smart. Oh, that's a little.
He's all right.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah,
makeable.
he's going to make this ball, but with all that time he took, he should have picked an exact spot up there to get exactly on the 9 ball where he wanted to be.
And pick an exact spot where the cue ball is going to deflect, because there's 6 pockets. You don't want to scratch on this. You want to make it. Ricky Evans stands up.
Right.
It's now 1-1. Jeanette, a Hall of Famer, of course. It's always a pleasure to see Jeanette, and have Jeanette in the booth is an extra special for Upstate Al.
It's pretty exciting, and I appreciate you doing this with me.
Oh, you
It's
kidding?
always fun to do
I wouldn't have it-
commentary.
I wouldn't have it any other way. When I heard you were going to be in the booth, I fought for this position.
All these kids are so respectful. They're such good kids. I know. I think that all of these juniors, their overall GPA average between all of these kids was 3.8.
I thought it was like 4.0. Well, 3.8.
Okay, 4.0.
That was off. All right. I remember that because of the Mustangs 5.0. But
Pretty
that's
strong.
That's impressive.
Bright
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, and they represent the game the right way.
Yes.
That's the way it should be represented.
And the European team and their coach have been wonderful to be around. You could definitely see them. And thanks to the BCA and everyone else involved with the event here, the BEF, of course.
And you can see Thomas, that's the
EPBF.
European coach in the back on the left-hand side in the blue shirt. And, of course, Earl sitting on the opposite side.
And these kids know how to goof around. They know how to have fun, too. So they're definitely, this is a competition. They're here to win. All of them are going to fight with everything they've got. Biggest thing I tell them is, listen, make sure you stay in the moment. And they were asking, well, Jeanette, what if you're so caught up in the mistakes you just made? How do you get that out of your head? And I said, it's harder to fight those thoughts from being in. Instead, it's better to replace them with how hungry you are to win and to think about, all right, what's my job right now? And no one's going to hand this to me. I've got to take it. I've got to be hungry and want to take it. And I think that that's a lot easier to think about that and focus on that than, oh, I don't want to think about this last shot. You know, thinking about what you don't want to do instead of what you absolutely should do. Ooh, came up dry.
Illegal break. Anyway.
Illegal break.
That's right. And actually, this is a really nice layout for Maxime. He's going to go one rail and then down between the 4 and the left side pocket.
In his regular game, yeah, but he hasn't been shooting his regular game for some reason.
Ooh,
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah, and it's a good thing he hasn't been shooting his regular game, because I tell you what, the score could even be worse than what it is right now for Team USA.
He came a little deeper than he meant to. Looks like he's looking to go 2 rails.
Yeah, 2 to 3 rails, depending on if he can get the cue ball long enough. But, you know, with the 7 ball right there beside the cue ball.
That's right. He must be really frozen on that ball to not even consider going 1 rail between the 7 and the 2.
All right, he's trying for a 3 rail. A
2
3
rail. 2 rail.
You think it's 2 rail?
Yeah, he's looking to go end rail, short of the side pocket. Oop, excuse me, Upstate Al.
Hey,
it's still going to be a foul, though.
Yeah, there's no rail involved.
Because that's right. After contact, you must have the cue ball or any ball strike a rail or go in a pocket.
Right.
So he went 3 rails, hit the 2, but after that, nothing made it
And
to a
don't
rail.
let the Black Widow fool you. If you think she didn't see that 3 rail shot, you're wrong. I know her 3-cushion billiard background also.
I really thought that he was going to choose to go 2 rails on that ball, but
Well, it looks like he's going to try to stick him safe again. What you want to do is make sure you don't leave that 2 ball anywhere in the open. You want it as small as a ball as possible. And he's done it. In other words, you don't want to let your opponent go in 2 rails or more into the next object ball in rotation, because the object ball becomes bigger. And here, it's real small.
yeah, he's trying to mass air around. He's got to just really, really dig into that ball and not too hard. There you go.
All right,
Ricky
now,
put down a very solid safety there.
I like that.
So right now, we should consider that he is going to be out. What I always look to do is I look to try to figure out what is the key shot here. What do I really need to focus on when all the balls are out? And right now, you know, he has ball in hand on the 2, and then he can make the 3 to the 4. But he wants to be fairly straight on the 4, just a little bit, so he can bring the cue ball back between both side pockets. Then he'll end up cutting that 5 in the side.
You know, you mentioned that Ricky's out there and he's loose, and he is. Notice his strut around the table. He is king of the table right now. I don't believe that he even knows anyone else is in the room. He's so focused.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think that he meant to end up that straight in on the 3. So now he's got to be careful. He wants to draw the ball back a little bit, but not too much, or he'll end up being behind this 9 ball. That's why it would have been better for him to have a little bit more angle.
Well, that 9 ball will grow in diameter as that cue ball is coming back, like Jeanette said. He wants to stay below the 5 a little bit so he can have the natural angle to get up on the 6 and shoot it in the
Very
opposite
nice.
side. Nice shot.
He's got a few options here. He's got a nice little angle on that 5 ball. If he hits it soft, it's easy for the cue ball to land on the end rail, so he definitely wants to hit it.
I think he can roll it.
Yep. And then just a little bit less than he wanted to be.
Now, he can 3-rail this after pocketing the 6, but that 9 ball, once again, is going to get bigger in diameter if he does do that. And right from here, I don't believe he has any option. Unless he wants a slow roll, he's going to wind up so long off the 7. He's got to 3-rail it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to be careful with that 9 ball. But, yeah, if you can catch deep enough, then you can get between, you know, short of the side pocket.
He's going to just draw off it. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I think he meant to give it a little bit more English than he did. But tell you what, he does have heart.
Yeah.
He does have heart. I would like to see him take a little more time in picking an exact spot on the table, because then he wouldn't have come as short as he did on that 5-ball. If he was really committed to making sure he was exactly on a spot for that 6-ball, then he wouldn't have had to take those last 2 tough shots there a little bit. But he brought it right back in.
And there wasn't much he had to do on that 7-ball, but make that 7-ball.
That's
you
right.
know, and that made it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I like it. He's not going to rush. He's going to walk around, take a look at it.
Yeah, there's nobody here. There's only Ricky right now. And that's nice.
That was fantastic.
Absolutely. And it's a nice feeling when there's nobody else in the room. He doesn't hear the applause. Trust
That's
me when
right.
I tell you. Because when you're in that zone, next thing you know, the match is over and you won. You say, it's over already? And that's when you wake up and you say, gee whiz. Ricky Evans putting up another bead, 2-1. You wake up and you say, gee whiz, how did I do that? Can I put that in a jar and open it up anytime I need it? You know?
That's right. He's got a few of those jars.
Yeah.
They call him Run Out Ricky, and he
Run
does
Out
do
Rick.
that. Come on, Ricky, bring it home for us. I really do like Ricky's game over Maxim's, but again, we are biased, aren't we?
I haven't seen enough of Maxime. Alex Borokovich back in New York City wanted me to say hello to Maxime, and he said, Al, he says, when you're down there, keep an eye on this youngster Maxime. So when I walked in initially a day ahead of time, of course, and I went up to Maxime when I had a second, I said, hey, Maxime, I got a friend of mine who wants me to say hello to you, Alex Borokovich. And he said, Alex, tell him I said hello. He says, if it wasn't for Alex sponsoring him in a couple of events in the States, he would have never been here. So it was really nice to hear. And
That
Alex
is
lives
great.
in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. Yeah.
My goal for these kids are just really making sure that they keep a nice pace. They don't rush, because that's what I think a lot of people do when you're on a shot clock. You rush and you have more time than you think. When you're as good as these kids are, you rarely will need the whole 30 seconds.
Right.
But when you do need to take time, go ahead and walk around like you just saw Ricky doing. Go ahead and walk around, make a decision. That he does well, but in actually committing to an exact spot on the table, that's where he can grow a little bit. But the ability to, once he picks a spot, if he wants to get somewhere, he'll find a way to make
he'll
it.
get
Yeah,
there.
oh yeah. And with him being only 15, we've got time to continue to groom him. I believe he will bring us a world title. I really do believe that in
That's
him.
really large right there. The muscle memory and the practice like that and getting in that position, that's really large. And I'd have to agree with you. I mean, you know these kids a lot better than I do. But I'm sure I'm going to see them down the road, because a couple of the matches, I'm up there where you can see in the upper left-hand corner of your monitor there is really seating for the fans. So a lot of times I'll be up there, and I happen to be up there, and when I was watching a couple of the matches, watching a monitor as much as I do becomes like I'm in the Matrix, but it's like I was watching professionals.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, wow, these are not professionals, but gee whiz, are they shooting like professionals? Here we go, Maxime Dudanets set to break.
It's a good break.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
good
know if
break.
he's going to be able to see that 2-ball or not. I'm guessing not.
Right, he's not going to be able to see the 2-ball, and he's going to have to push out. And he just turned around and said to the referee that he's going to push out. Where do you push out? Do you push out to a jump shot here? I mean,
No, I think if he can, and it'd be nice for him to just see enough of it where I'm not sure if it's deep enough that he can just cut the ball up table and miss scratching in the side.
Yeah.
Looks like you can.
yeah, it looks like you can catch the point.
Right.
But that could be scary if you're not sure as a junior, right? That could be really scary. So Ricky's probably going to look to bank this ball. Now, he might be able to bank it so that the 2-ball lies when it comes to rest, lies on the short rail at the top of the monitor there, and bring the cue ball down by the 6, 8, and 9. I'm not sure if he has that angle to do that.
He passed it back to him.
Wow.
Interesting choice.
Well, Ricky says, show me what you got. Watch the 2 ball.
Uh-oh. Maxime's going to give him another chance. Don't make him jacked up over this 3.
I think you can cue the cue ball just enough. The problem is the 3 ball.
Right. The cue ball wants to go towards the 5 ball, down between the 2 and the 5. And it's a matter of whether or not you can come back down and miss the 5 and the 7 to have another shot on the 3. Yeah. Oh, he can draw the ball.
Well, this he's going to try to hold the ball is what he's going to do. I don't think he can get to the rail and back out. Yeah.
Oop.
He tried to hold it. I think the shot was to go 1 rail and come back out for the 3 ball, but, you know, I don't miss from here much, and I'm not out there shooting.
He doesn't look too worried about it, but how's he going to get on this 4 ball? Oh, no, he chose to play safe. That's not going to be good enough. He meant for that 3 ball to continue on and get behind that 6-9, but I think he rushed a little bit on that, and it was a very important shot where I really think that next step with Ricky is just picturing it, because when you picture it, you can make a decision on what you want to do, but when you picture it, that's what tells your mind, tells your body on the speed of the shot.
Right. In other words, have a plan of attack, right? Well,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm hearing a game or something on a cell phone in the audience. Please double check your phones. We don't want sounds from phones disturbing players. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the plan is not the problem. The plan is when you have to believe and know how hard to hit it, how soft to hit it. So the decision and plan, he's got that. He has a pretty decent amount of knowledge. It's just a matter of the feel for how hard or soft or the amount of English, and that you get from visualizing and feeling the shot.
right.
Oh, he's got it.
Hey,
Money.
how'd you hit it? See the way he's walking around just like he's just practicing?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Just go out there and have some fun. Yeah, the weight's on your shoulders, but you got to blow that off, and I'm out here to have some fun. Let me shoot my game.
Now this 4 ball, he has a little bit of angle on this shot. And he's got, let me see here, 17, 16, 15 seconds. He wants to make sure to go forward enough to cut the 5 ball back on the other, you know, in the top left corner. But, you know, ideally you get down low enough to where you're not cutting the 5 ball too much.
Right, and don't overpower it. You just want to make this a 4 ball. Sometimes when you try to overpower it with a really like a nice hard force follow, you just throw your shot at it. Just all you got to do is move your head and it's out. Well, he missed it anyway.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens here. Looks like Maxime is going to have a shot. into the
Yeah,
bottom
good
right-hand
shot,
corner.
actually.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to be pretty straight, but now it turned into shot with an angle. See, ideally it would have been nice if it was pin straight, because then he would have to really draw straight back. But that was just enough angle they could come out and have this shot on the 5. And now this is going to be, this is tic-tac-toe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But the way Maxime's been shooting, really, he hasn't been able to get there.
Right.
I think whether it's the speed of the table, you know, some people excel when they're on a platform like this, and some people might try to do more than what they actually can, you know.
That's right.
To try to, and sometimes can throw you out of your game, and that 6 ball just about went in.
He didn't want to get, he didn't want this much angle. I mean, it would have been nice if he could have shot the 7 and be right back where the cue ball is now,
Right.
to then pocket the 8 ball and draw underneath the 9 for the 9 ball in the same pocket. But
Well, this is going to be touchy.
yep.
And there you see it. He's going to try to, you know, this could be a good 2-way shot where you bank the 8 and draw the cue ball behind the 9 area. Or you're going to have to decide to just play safe. And That's what Maxime does. Does he get
Ooh.
there? The speed of the table once
No,
again.
darn it. But you know what? If it had just rolled a little lower or a little higher, it would be a lot easier for Ricky. But right now, if he just tries to make the 8, it's possible to scratch in the corner pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he looks like he's going to want to go for it. But
He's going.
I'm going to tell you, with that much angle, it's hard to get much drawn in him.
He's going. And if he should make this, he's going to wind up on the short side of the 9 and the left side of the 9 ball. Oh, he
That
got
was
it.
a
Wow.
championship shot.
Wow. He's going to have to come with another one, Jeanette. I know exactly what you meant.
Yeah, that didn't come
What a
out
shot.
right. Well, he's got this ball, but I'll tell you what, that was a tough, tough shot.
Now, do you play like you're from Kentucky and bank this?
Oh, no.
Or you play safe?
Oh, no.
Do you feather it?
Low left, low outside. He's going to spin that 9 ball in the hole and come around 3 rails. Oh, no.
Watch the
Boy,
cue
I missed
ball.
that by a mile. I'm surprised by that.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not that bad of a shot to leave Maxime right now, especially when he came up with the safe potential, but didn't get there. So the speed of the table's got him. He's missed a few balls since he's been here. And let's see what happens with this shot. This is a tester. There it is. And this is the 9 ball, a chance for Ricky Evans to make it 3-1. If the cue ball could come to rest and give him a shot, it does.
There you go. Now, I hope he doesn't remember that he missed a 4 ball. That was
Ball. I was
not
just
too
gonna say
different
that.
from this.
Yeah, that 4 ball he missed by a good 4 or 5 inches off the pocket.
Yeah, I would have liked him to walk over and look that
Just
9
don't
ball straight down the
hit it
hole.
the same place.
Yeah, he's rushing a little bit.
He hit it right in the same place. And Maxime has a back cut on the 9 into the side pocket. And watch the cue ball. He's made it. Maxime takes game number 4. We are tied at 2 apiece. And just to let you folks know ahead of time, after this match, when this match shall end, we will be back at 7:30 Central Time with our next matches.
Rack number 5, score is tied 2-2. U.S. break.
And at the 7:30 session, there'll be 4 matches taking place. So there's plenty of pull. Root the USA team on if you are here or Europe, where you are over the pond. And if you can make it here tomorrow or even tonight, if it's feasible, would love to see you. Seven and the 1 ball go in, the 4 and the 8 go past the head string. It's a legal break, but the shot on the 2 is just not there, as you have the Great Wall of China, the 4 and the 6 in front of it. It's going to be another push out. I think if he rolls the cue ball to the lower short cushion at the bottom of your monitor here, even roll it out so that it's a kick shot, is a possible kick safe shot by having the cue ball down at this end of the table, the lower end, instead of trying to kick it from here. Well, he's going to roll out at the top of the table. If he leaves a shot for Maxime, he's not going to get it back.
Well, that's better. Before he gave him full side of the... Well, there's a chance he could see all of this.
Well, even if he doesn't see all of it, there might be enough where he can bank it. That 8-ball makes that upper corner a little bit larger.
He just walked over because I guess he can't see it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't know. He looks like he's drawing low.
He's just going to stick him behind it. He could see it.
Yeah, but he just made it tougher on himself than he needed to with all that. Well, the thing is, the draw was okay, but he also had left English, and that's what kicked it up there as fast as otherwise it would have hit that side rail and come straight back out for the 3.
But he made an incredible shot right there. That he did.
This is cuttable.
And then use the 5-ball to get back
That's
to
right.
the 4.
Oh,
Watch.
my goodness gracious. That's a little bit, I don't know. That kind of is a hard roll there because he made a great shot right there, too.
Not to stop for a few seconds and think what the cue ball's going to do after it comes off of the 5-ball, to get back up with a 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He's trying to look at shooting the 4-ball and then the 5-ball back in this bottom right-hand corner. But if so, that's going to make it kind of tough to get on the 6 versus if he were to shoot the 4-ball and bring the cue ball back down to shoot the 5 in the side pocket, it would be a lot easier to...
I was going to say unless he gets straight, but he's not straight here.
No, this is not good.
And it looks like the 9-ball might come into play.
Well, and
not really sure from this angle, but we're going to watch Ricky Evans. The 9-ball did not
that
come
was
into play.
fantastic.
And he's back to a road map now.
Yeah, and he stayed down on the shot real well.
Well, there's 6 pockets that 9-ball could go in. I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty strong right here. Where do you think he plays it? Bottom left-hand corner? Which one?
Well, I'm not sure. It looks like he left himself pretty straight. I think if he drew a little bit more, had a little bit more angle, it would be easier to get through it. But maybe he's going to draw straight back out. Whoa, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Great shot.
That really was.
And there's where the plan comes into effect right there. He went down there knowing exactly what he wants to do with no doubt. And the score's going to show it. Ricky Evans now puts another bead up on USA's side. It's now 3-2.
Ricky, get it done, Ricky. I love
Jeanette
that.
Lee in the booth, folks.
Well,
In case she just signed on to the live stream, and she's been a coach here along with Nick Farner, Tom Rossman, and Johnny Archer.
Allison Fisher, who's
Fisher,
not here
yes,
today,
who's not
but
here,
she was here the last couple of days. And I'll tell you what, Tom Rossman did a great job just putting together a whole bunch of different practice drills and things for them to study and work on before they even got to camp, as well as after the camp, that helped these kids a lot as well. And he would have loved to be at the camp. He was already previously engaged, but I know that he is just as committed and excited about helping them and he's given them pep talks, and I'm so thankful to him and all the pros
Talking
for their...
about engaged, and I'm going to cut you short
Sure.
right there because I think it's well-deserved. You have something coming up, an exhibition coming up. I don't know if you can mention it at all.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm going to be playing against Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes.
On the 13th for the History Channel, and I'm really excited about that. I actually been to England a couple of times, and I've met quite a few snooker players, but he's one that I have not met. So can't wait for that. So it'll be right here in Chicago.
Nice.
And yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get to play against him. It's a History Channel, and it's called Rocket Ronnie's American Hustle, and talk about the history of pool hustling and things like that, but also other pool legends, historical pool legends, and American history before playing a game against a modern day pool legend, which they're calling me.
Yes, you are.
And so we'll be talking about how I got introduced to pool and the obstacles that I've had to And it'll be over at the Chicago Billiard Cafe. So
Cool beans.
Yes.
Cool beans. Looking forward.
very
to
happy about
definitely
that.
watching it.
Yeah, and I'll definitely post that up on my website, blackwidowbilliards.com, as well as on my Facebook page, Jeanette Lee the Black Widow. If you guys want to find out more details of when it's going to air, it'll be there.
Beautiful. Good hit.
A little bit harder than he wanted to, but that works.
He knocked the 6 ball into
Yeah.
a position that could come into play here, though.
And look at that. That looks pretty straight.
Yeah. So is he going to draw back to the rail where he's at now, that long left side rail, and maybe potentially have a straight pull shot, cut the 3 ball into the other corner?
I'm not sure how much he can change that angle. If he
what
can
he's
draw
doing.
if he can draw right back, but be careful, because if he gets too much draw, he could easily
Get too close to that 4 and be jacked up over it.
jacked up, or maybe bounce out enough to where he's not going to be able to see the 3 and he'll be behind the 6.
I don't think he got there.
Yeah, he didn't. You could
Okay.
see he caught it on the wrong side. He meant to go straight back, and he almost missed the 2 altogether. Making it, you saw it bobble. Double, triple, quadruple,
Ricky-
bank the ball in.
Ricky Evans can't wait to get out of that seat.
Yeah, you could see his foot shaking, right?
Yeah, he's ready.
He's ready, yeah.
I'm off to a flame. He's coming in. Trust me. Watch him. Well, he didn't kind of like it because he knew the cue ball was behind the 6, but we're going to probably see a jump cue come out.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I've seen him do much jump shots, but here he comes.
Once again, the more I look at this young man, there is nobody here. You don't see anybody in his head. You
Yeah,
can
he
tell.
doesn't look around.
No, he's robotic right now.
Well, he knows he's in a battle. These Europeans can play.
Going to the air.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Split the heart of the pocket.
If you
Ricky
guys
Evans.
are not Ricky Evans fans, you darn well should be by now. My goodness gracious.
So, are the banks open on Sunday?
You know what? Neither of the banks are real easy, especially, it'd be easier to make it by the side pocket, but the safeties aren't really a piece of cake either.
I like his choice.
If he could get it a little bit deeper, that's great.
I like his choice. Give yourself an opportunity to get back to the table.
I'll tell you what, there is a safety here, though. If he can get behind that 4 ball and put enough left spin and hit that pretty solidly, he can kick that 4 ball 1 rail down table if he can get it to miss the 6 ball.
Right back down to the lower part, yeah.
Unless it's cuttable.
Or he's not going to do that. He's just going to bank it
Oh,
perpendicular.
look at that. He can see it. I'm not sure that he can see enough to make it, but he can definitely see that 4 ball.
It's sort of like the shot that Maxime opened with on that 2 ball.
Mm-hmm.
But even if he can stop the cue ball there and use the 9 as a blocker. Well, he's just laying it up. He's going to use the 9-6
Nice.
as what speed. Tell you what, it's kickable.
2 good safeties. I mean, Maxime, if he had hit that ball a little bit softer, Ricky wouldn't have liked it. But that was a great shot by Ricky right after that. Looks like he's going for a 2-rail kick.
Yeah, and if he hits it pretty good, the 4 wound up by the 7. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
How about getting a roll and just kicking it right in the side pocket? This match has every ingredient of going hill.
Yeah, but that was a well-deserved.
Wow.
Well-deserved roll, though. He made a very good kick on that ball. There were a lot of good things that could have came from that kick. On the other hand, he could very well scratch on this shot. Oh, no. Wow, that was a great shot as well. He gave it a high ball and put a little reverse on it, to straighten that angle out.
And take away the side pocket scratch.
He took this win.
Wow, it's a race to 6. It's 3-3. The European team leads 8-2 in the upper left-hand corner. This is a fight to the finish.
That's
Ricky
right.
Evans has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and you wouldn't know it, Jeanette.
That's
Wow.
Yeah, they've both come to play, and I'll tell you what, these Europeans, they can play also. It's very exciting looking at the future of billiards when looking at these kids.
I like both teams.
Absolutely.
I adore exactly what they're doing. I think they're playing the game the way it's supposed to be. I think there has to be a better foundation for the USA somewhere. And I think what you're doing and everybody else that got involved in this.
Billiard Education Foundation.
I think exactly put everything into plan and come up with a platform where these young men and women playing for the USA know that they can now go to a pro event and participate against someone like yourself or Allison, whoever might be out there, let's say, in a professional field.
Yes.
So that other players can say, hey, look at Ricky Evans. Wow.
That's right.
Because that's not only going to give them the experience and season, and they know they're going to have to shoot out and play the right safes against professionals. It's going to sharpen their game up totally. That's what we need, and that's what Europe's doing.
That's right. They have a strong organization, the EPBF, the European Pocket Billiards Union, along with the BCA, and Rob and Shane have been working together to help get this event going. And this has been a beautiful place, though, here at the Renaissance Hotel in Schaumburg, Illinois. We've had a very nice day, great staff, very comfortable. It's a very comfortable event. And
when I got invited to come out here and commentate, you know, when you're younger and it's going to be your first day going to camp, I couldn't sleep. I was like, I was so excited about getting here because I was picturing exactly what I'm seeing right here, you know, and I knew what to expect, and it couldn't be any nicer and any of a higher platform for these young players. Very well done. Okay, we're going into rack number 7. It's 3-3. USA to break.
how about those jerseys? Don't they look great?
Love it. I was actually Ultimate Team Gear.
Yes, Ultimate Team Gear. And they're here, and they're actually selling
Some of the sponsors.
their jerseys and Ultimate Team Gear. We've got all kinds of sponsors. Connelly Billiards, Yvonne Simonis, Imperial International, who was one of my sponsors for years and years. The APA, who I'm still currently the national spokesperson for. We've got Peach Hughes, who sponsors actually several of the juniors as well. Brad Scuffers, Predator, who I'm sponsored. Yeah, I've got Black Widow Series 1 and soon to come out with Series 2 with Poison Cues. The Viking Cues, Ultimate Team Gear again, CSI, Lucasi Hybrid, McDermott Cues, Tweeton Fiber, and Aramith. I love these balls,
and
too.
And that little logo on the left-hand side with the yellow balls there is azbilliards.com.
Oh, I think he did it. I think he got away with it. I was worried it was going too far. I'm not sure that he can say it.
He's got a shot. I think he can make this 2-ball. The thing is, the cue ball is going to be coming off that 2-ball hot. Might not be able to have a shot on the 3. He's got to be real careful here.
Looks like he can see it. So if all he has to do is make it, then he should be okay. All right, this is Ricky's opportunity. Let's get the lead here, Ricky.
Well, it's been a match that's been seesawing back and forth, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, and that's what I meant by the ingredients of a hill-hill match.
You think that 4-ball clears that side pocket
Yes.
right there on the right?
Yeah, and even if it didn't,
Good.
you can always play the billiard into the 7 and bring the 4
Right.
towards the bottom right-hand corner, but if the 4 does go.
He definitely wants to float down a little bit on this. Be able to. I think he did. He's got to be able to get the cue ball to float down so he can hit that 4-ball straight.
Right, you can stop, put a 5, right?
That's right.
Well, he's
And
got
then
enough.
after that, everything should be easy. 6, 7, 8, 9.
I like the way you say easy.
For someone of Ricky's caliber, it's easy.
Well, from your
So
lips to them, somebody powerful
that
and back
doesn't
down to
mean
earth. I'd like to see it.
That doesn't mean that he doesn't have to work for it, because it's
Right.
just as easy to
You-
take it for
right.
granted.
Right, you know he has the talent to
Yeah,
do so.
even though it's an easy shot for him, he's still got to put that
Just don't
discipline
stop
there.
the cue ball there and be over the 7. And he did. He's going to
Yeah.
be a little bit over the 7-ball. You know, you really wanted to get the cue ball a little further away, but I'm not.
Yeah, this is just a 3-foot shot, so he should still be okay. I just want to make sure that he doesn't end up very good.
Wow, he hit it like you're supposed to.
Well, you want to
Nice
make
shot.
sure that you have a good angle on this. So he's got to make sure that he comes up between the 8 and the 9 so he can make the 7-ball and be able to, again, float up table for the 8-ball on the side as well. It almost looked like it, didn't that look like it just kind of skidded a little bit? It didn't seem to.
Or no, I didn't realize
That
it.
6-ball.
No. Okay, he's just going to stay on top of the 8-ball. I don't think he's going to attempt to go all the way around. He's going to stay on top.
Very nice.
Ricky Evans is on the
That's
verge.
a great shot. You always want a little bit of an angle because you really don't want your cue ball near the rail. So as long as he shoots that 8-ball in the hole and gets that cue ball to just come off a little bit.
Extension used.
Oof.
There was no doubt in my mind that he was making that ball. He stayed down there until that ball was almost in the pocket.
All
Great
right.
shot. Tell him like it is, Jeanette.
Take that, Maxime.
4-3, the USA team.
All
There you
right,
go.
we
Now
got
they're
the
having
chant.
fun.
Yeah, now they're
There you
chanting.
go.
That's what's supposed to happen. It's so exciting. It really is.
Oh, I
It's
love
exciting
it.
to see these
like I
kids
said,
fight.
I'm more excited than they are. I love it.
I don't know if you guys see all the junior Americans over there talking and smiling at Sierra to the left.
They do.
You want to watch Sierra Reams because she is a fantastic player as well.
I know.
And
Sierra, I do know.
yes, Sierra Reams, and she's a great young player. And unfortunately, she wasn't able. We could only take two girls, but she was our first alternate. If there was a reason that Serena Black as well as April Larson would not have been able to play, I know Sierra would have been right there ready to go.
Right.
We do have quite a bit of talent there on the American side. We just got to get the rest of the industry and all of our fans out there to help make these camps continue to happen, because it's a very different feeling when they go to camp together. They build bonds and friendships with other kids that share their passion for the game. And instead of them only seeing each other when they compete against each other at the junior nationals, now they've got friendship. And that means a lot
Sure
when you're
it does.
representing your country, to
Absolutely.
really feel like a team, you know. I love
Okay,
that.
4-3. You're watching Maxime Dudanets up at the table. This is going to be his break. Watch the one towards the side pocket here. Well, the one didn't go in. The 6th ball is the only ball that passed the head string. It's going to be a illegal break, isn't it? How many balls did he make? Yeah, it's an illegal break.
And you know what I'll tell you? The 1 ball doesn't go, but it looks like the carom off the 1 into the 8 might. If he can hit it a little low, a little bit of left-hand English, it'll spin that, you know, because it looks like if he does a straight carom, it might go here. He might be able to spin it in. And if he can't,
Stop
the safety
rock
is
and
easy
play
enough.
safe, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. That's what I like, yeah.
That's what you need to do. Good job.
All right, it looks like it's going to be a one-rail kick. It has to be a kick and stick, and leave the cue ball down here. Sending the 1 ball up to the opposite side of the table if he can. He couldn't do that. He could only
No,
hit
you
just
gave him a
piece of it.
shot.
You know, for a right-handed player, this is not too bad of a shot if you're an adult and real tall, but for a young, well, he looks like he's going to be comfortable.
Yeah, he can draw
Good.
that with a little bit of kill. Oh,
Made it.
look at that. Now all he's got to do is cinch this 2 ball in so the cue ball stays fairly close to the same place so that he can pocket the 3 ball back here in the bottom left-hand corner pocket.
Do you try to cinch it, or do you try to bump the 9 just a little bit to hold the cue ball here?
No, I think you cinch it.
Just cinch it.
Yeah, don't even mess with
Good
the
shot.
9.
Good call.
Yeah, the only thing here is now is this 5 ball.
Yeah.
He's got a couple ways to go. I mean, looks like he's cueing low, so maybe he's planning to draw. He's got to miss this 9 ball for the 5 ball on the side.
Good shot.
And he did. Great job. Now I'd like him to see that 5 ball into the side. There you go, Ricky. There you go. Now I'm clapping. Come on, baby.
I love it.
Listen, you got to do the work.
This could be a real big turnaround point right here, because this will be the first time that any one of the players lead by 2.
That's right.
So this is
Now, 7 doesn't go in this bottom corner pocket, so it's whether or not he likes cutting the 7 in the side in any pocket, or if he wants to draw it a little bit.
I like it right.
Under
I like
the
it right
5.
where it is. If he can get the cue ball right back where it is and shoot that 7 in the corner pocket, I like that.
But he's got an angle on this 6, so
Good shot.
yeah,
He's okay.
yeah. All he's got to do is draw the ball, and he doesn't need to put much English, otherwise he's going to end up on this side, left side rail. Just draw it enough to just avoid the cue ball going. Oh my gosh, see now, that was very careless. The thing is, he walks around and he takes his time, and then when it's time to shoot,
It looked like it was too simple of a shot. Took it for granted.
that's what I mean. The easy shots, you've still got to do the work.
And I'm not criticizing him in any shape or form. Trust me, but I'm just calling it like I saw it. You know,
Right.
It's just took it for granted, and he'll probably be the first one to admit to it, or at least say it. That's the way it was.
Yeah, he walks around, then he just gets down on the shot, and he needs to look at that ball into that side pocket.
And he
then
let a
stand
tiger
up
out
behind
of
the
the
cue ball.
out of
That's
the cage
right.
here, Jeanette.
That's right.
You know,
Taking that.
That's a big swing right here.
That's right. 5-3 or 4-4. That would have put Ricky on the hill.
Yeah.
And Maxim is good enough to punish him for it.
Not only that, I believe it's, is it Europeans break right now? No, I believe USA's break, right?
You know,
I forget. I'm sorry to ask you the question. I should know it. We got a commercial in.
Hello, my name is Maxim Dudanets, short name is Duda. I'm from Moscow, Russia. I'm 17 and favorite players Alex Paglen.
My name is Ricky Evans. I'm 15 years old from St. Louis, Missouri, and my favorite player is Earl the Pearl Strickland.
Ricky, it's in his mind. I don't think that it's defeated him. I think he's going to tighten it up right now, and he's going to make sure that he walks around. This is a little faster pace than what I've seen of Ricky the last few days, because he does walk around, but normally he'll stand up and look at a shot a little bit more intently. Today there's something about him. It's just taken a little bit faster than I would have liked to see.
But he shot the rack just as good a few balls before that.
Oh, no, he's certainly capable of it. But I'm just saying that from what I've seen, he's moving a little faster than what I'm used to seeing. And I think it has punished him because he's made several unforced errors. Everyone misses. But when you miss a shot like that, that's a matter of discipline.
Yes.
It's not that he wasn't able to make that shot.
Yeah.
It was, if you don't have a solid pre-shot routine and look at the ball and picture the shot, it's very easy to make careless mistakes.
Yes, it is, and I got news for you. On this break here, Ricky's got to at least make a ball and get 2 balls past that head string to make a legal break, and this is so crucial at this time. Look at the score at the bottom of your screen. It's 4-4, and at the top left-hand corner, 8-2. USA cannot afford to give any more points
That's
to
right.
Europe.
And I'll tell you what, as good as Ricky is, it's hard to believe that he is only 15 years old, having as many titles as he's had already.
Yes. And I like his favorite player, by the way. It is Mr. Earl Strickland. Earl the Pearl Strickland. The 4 ball goes in. The 1 passes the head string along with the 8 and the 2.
That's right. And the 8 ball came in front of there, so now it's just going to be a matter of shooting the 1 into the 8. And he's in a good spot here.
Yeah.
Because when he pockets when the 1 hits the 8, the 2 ball is going to keep the 1 from going anywhere, but staying right there.
I think he's straight enough where the 1 is just going to take place at the 8, but he's got to control it, like you said, and make sure that 1 ball is going to stay right there.
And if for some reason the 1 goes as well, he's going to have a shot on that 2 ball.
And notice how much time he's taken. After the break, the time clock, you have 60 seconds, which is a minute, of course. But then from every shot clock after that, it's a 35-second shot clock. Slow rolled it. Took place at the 8. He's got a shot on the 1. Huge game here on board.
Yeah. He's going to give it some low left. He wants to make sure that he's got a little angle on this 2 ball so that he doesn't have to work very hard to get the 3 ball in that bottom left corner pocket. You know what? He might just draw it straight back out.
Yeah.
And just make sure that he misses the 7 ball and keeps
Lower,
the cue ball.
lower than the 7 ball.
Oh my gosh.
Lower than the 7 ball.
Look what he just
I
did to
didn't think he was going to get
himself.
that low. I thought he was going to stay somewhere in the favor the left side in the middle of the table there.
He's just rushing. He is rushing.
No, the Russian is the other guy. That's Dudanets.
I'm rushing.
I know.
Good.
I think I just throw that pun in there. Well, let's see what he does. Well, he's got enough of the ball probably to play
Yeah,
safe.
he wants to stick that 9 ball.
Boy, that 6 might have helped out real large right there. If that cue ball, it sure did.
Yeah, but even if he didn't hit the 6 ball, the 3 ball would be further down table either
Right.
way. By him getting that cue ball as close to the 9 ball as he did, it made it very difficult for Maxime.
This kick, you want to kick to the lower part of the 3 ball. In other words, favoring the lower part of your monitor so that you have some kind of separation in the cue. Just like that. Just like that. He hit it pretty good. Well, there's a test of shot if Rick wants to go for it. And I think the position he's in. Look at the way he's walking around the table. I love it. He's walking around the table like, hey,
I'll tell you what.
I just showed up. I'm here.
Yeah, he's going to go for that ball, but he does have another option. He could bank that 3 ball to the end rail and back down between the cue ball and the 5 ball and leave that cue ball behind the 6 and 7 on that end rail. I don't see him doing that. I think he's going to go for it.
Just watch the 6 ball here. Got right around it. Watch the 7. It's growing. Hey,
It's
now.
growing.
Ricky Evans in. Yeah, in other words,
I know.
as you know,
I
as the
just
cue
love
ball
it.
comes to a halt and slows down, that
Bigger,
ball-
bigger, bigger.
Yeah. But nevertheless, Ricky says, hey, there was no problem here. Don't
That's
worry about
right.
it. Upstate Al does stand for USA, by the way.
I love you, Upstate Al.
I just had to throw that in there.
So does everyone that's ever met you.
Oh, God, I hope so. Well, whatever you say bad about me goes right back to you. Here we go on the 6. He's going to have to escape the 9. He's going to have to stay on that right side of the table. Because if you try to spin it, you would hit the 9. So it's another shot on the 6, back cut. He's got a big pocket up there in the upper right-hand corner. He should be okay. Now, does he slow roll it and just make the shot and take the 7 into the side pocket? And then roll up on that for the 9?
I mean, he certainly can, but I don't see him doing that because it's,
What do
when
you
the
see?
nerves are going a little bit, it's kind of nice to be able to just
What do you see?
stroke through the ball. Shooting the 7 ball in the same point. No?
There you
He
go.
chose to slow roll it. Good for him.
Nice shot. Yeah, I like that. It's more of a natural. You're coming into the ball.
But that shows some confidence that he was okay with hitting a ball soft because, when you got the jitters a little bit, no one prefers to hit a ball softly. They kind of like to let their stroke out a bit to try to get back
Absolutely.
in play.
Absolutely.
So that showed that he is feeling good.
And he's not only going to be feeling good about that shot, it's now 5-4, Team USA on the hill.
That's right.
Wow.
Da, 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 da,
I
da.
said it. I
I'm
said
dancing.
it's got the
I'm
ingredients
dancing,
of going
I'm
hill-hill.
dancing.
I don't think it's going to go there. I think the USA is going to take it. I'm a little biased. I'm sorry.
Everyone in America is biased right now, but you guys are all rooting for someone that's up to the task of finishing this off.
Well, I have my reasons also. I want to see this Atlantic Challenge Cup go down to a hill-hill match. I really want to see it. I want to see the score up in the upper left-hand corner be tied. That's what I look forward to. That's when I really start sitting on the edge of my seat and just, you'll hear it out there, believe me, and you'll feel it. And you'll Jeanette will feel it sitting in there and coaching these guys, so she'll be watching it on the road or wherever she might have to be. But everybody in here will be tensed. We're going back to commercial.
Oh my God. Force it forward. Wow.
Well, we are back, folks. USA leads 5-4. Team USA on the hill. Upstate Al, Jeanette Lee in the booth, awaiting the arrival of the players. There was a timeout. They should be back momentarily.
You can see, well, you were able to see Rick Donner, the head ref. Thank you very
You're
much.
quite
I
welcome.
didn't have the mic the way that I needed to. Yeah, Rick Donner does a good job, and he's also helped out at our Black Widow Junior camp, but he is what is it? Maybe
Extraordinary. Special.
No, but he was in the, what is it? In intelligence, not intelligence. I don't remember where. He was in the military, but I can't
Take it
even
easy
remember.
now. Don't give away his secrets.
Oh, yeah. I
You
used the
don't
wrong
have clearance
word.
about that.
No, I don't remember.
CIA?
What it is. No. I'm using the wrong word. Forget I even said anything.
Here
All
they
right.
are. The players are back.
Yeah, they are back.
It's a race to 6.
Maxime checking the rack. Ricky Evans on the hill for America.
And we're off.
Rack number 10. 5-4, U.S. on the hill, Europe to break.
We're actually in a good place because even though it's Maxim's break, if he misses, Ricky will take charge. But if he does win this rack, it would be hill, but it would be Ricky's break.
Not only that, the legal break comes into place because there's been a lot of illegal breaks.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of heat on him. Well, the one went in. Well, we do have a legal break as 3 balls went in. And
Yeah, and he's got a good shot on the 2 ball. He made 4 balls in
made
the break.
4 balls.
Yes, so he's
Wow.
got this blue 2 over there, and right next to it is the 4 balls. 6 is there, 7, and the 9. So as long as, yep, and it looks like he can comfortably make this 2 ball and let the cue ball roll up just a little bit. Well, it looks like, doesn't it look like he's aiming low?
Yeah, but he's just going to let the cue ball roll forward.
Yep, he did.
Wow. You know what? He can go to the rail and come back out for the 6 ball, but he didn't really have to be that far over on this 4 ball.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mean to, but it's still a very makeable ball for him. See him walk over and look at exactly where he wanted to be on that 7 ball.
Very good shot. He knows he cannot let Ricky back up at the table as Rick's sitting on the hill.
That was a great break for him. You would hope that Ricky will have that same result.
Well, I stand corrected. It is Hill at the Atlantic Cup Challenge.
Yes. Now with Ricky breaking, that should be our advantage. And as long as he can drive 3 balls in a pocket or to a rail, it'll be a nice break and Ricky can run the whole table. We're just going to talk about what we want to happen.
Yes.
Nothing else.
You got to get those balls past that head string, though. That's been a big issue here in the tournament. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, that first, I think it was that our first night, it came down to the wire at hill to hill. Very tough match. Everyone was playing singles games against each other, and at hill, it was Ricky's turn. He had to actually break and run the table for the win, and that's what he did. So he's been in this situation before, and he's been able to come with it. Pretty sure he can do the same thing right now.
You can see the European team now full of nerves, rubbing their legs and squirming in their seats because they know this is all about Ricky's break.
He put a little powder on his hands. Steel face.
Yeah, he's like the
See him?
Terminator, like RoboCop. So I don't know. Just
A very thin
he's here. I'm here.
Terminator.
I'm here.
That's right. Now he can smell the kill right here.
Yeah. Look at the determination and the focus on Ricky's face right now.
For this rack, U.S. to break.
He doesn't even want to look around the room. Notice the focus.
Right now, he's looking at the 2 balls behind the 1, because sometimes, even with one of these magic racks, there's a sliver of space between those balls, and he wants to make sure they're nice and frozen to each other. No air between those balls to get the ideal break and nice spread so that you don't have a lot of clusters that you've got to maneuver around.
Right.
Now, Ricky likes to play football and baseball with his friends when he's not playing pool. I know Maxime, when he's doing, well, he's also likes to play football and learn different languages. Now, his idea of football, I don't think is quite the same as American football, right? It's more
Yeah.
like soccer,
Yes.
or our version of soccer.
Soccer football combination.
That's right.
Well, no, I stand corrected. You're right. It's soccer. I was thinking about the Irish game. Gee, Europeans play it.
Snooker?
No, rugby. I was
Oh,
thinking about
rugby.
yeah. Which is the combination of soccer and football. Ricky breaks, the 2 fell. The 6 and 8
Yes.
go past the head string.
Oh,
It's
but
legal.
look at. I would have loved him to have a better shot on this one ball. It's
Well, I'll tell you
sitting.
what, I love being up at the table, though. You know, it was legal. You're there. You got the table in control. Let me think here.
No, but there's just. He can't cut this ball in. He can't bank it. There's not a lot of safeties here that he can do. You know, it'd be nice if he could bank that cue ball and stick on the backside of that 3 and bring the cue ball around 3 rails, but I don't think he can do that. I don't know that he can miss the 9 ball and the 6 ball.
Well, he can always push out.
Yeah, and you're also
Giving up the table.
giving
yeah,
up the table again. That's what I'm saying. He made a nice break, and it was legal, but
He's going to try to stick the cue ball right there and create some kind of a safe by banking it 2 rails, but that's not going to work out. I think he's going to leave a little window and sort of thread the needle between that 9 and 6. The cue ball might be able to get there.
and make it. That's what it looks like. If that cue ball moved a little bit slower, it could have frozen up on top of that 5 ball, but it definitely looks like he can see it and make it. Oh, hit it softer. And the sad thing about it is now it is a lot easier. 3 ball, 4 balls right there in the side. I know most people will want to draw, but he doesn't want to draw too much because he'll go right in that side. So he's probably just going to stick it, cinch it, let the cue ball, get to that side rail and just take a little bit of a cut on the 4 ball.
Yeah, it's so quiet in there you can hear a pin drop. Trust me. But whoever wins this match, their side, their team is going to
Oh my
erupt.
gosh.
And I'm sure a lot of people said that right out there in the fans.
Oh, my
USA
goodness
is going
gracious.
bananas. Look at Rick. Shrug his shoulders. He's ready, man.
Yeah.
He's
Hill,
got the
hill, and he
swag.
does that, and everything else was sitting there. You could see Maxim's sick about it. I'd be sick about it too.
Sure.
Sorry, sir.
Nah.
Sorry, I'm a little bit cutthroat right here.
Nick Varner sitting
On
on the
his
edge
feet.
of his seat. Was he sitting or standing?
No, he was standing and rocking.
Sorry, little Nick.
Now, here's the deal.
He is
Here's the
standing.
deal right now. He can hit that with low left and hit that side rail and come out with a little bit of English, not too much, to shoot that 4 ball in the same. Or he could just hold the ball, draw it and hold it to shoot the 4 ball and the 5 ball in the same corner pocket.
Yeah.
That's not my first choice, because if he doesn't make sure he has some kind of angle on the 4 ball, if he hits that side rail and bounces too much and has a cut on the 4 ball on the side,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Now he's going to have a tough time getting position on the 5 ball.
I still, I like the shot of the 4 ball into the side pocket. Let the cue
That's
ball
right.
go in its natural path here and try not to do anything that you don't have to. But he's not going to do that. He's going to draw 1 rail back out.
No.
Does it go by the 6?
No, that doesn't work. No, it doesn't. He didn't give it enough speed. He meant to give it more speed. So now this is going to be a chop shot.
From our vantage point here on this monitor, if he hits it with the right speed, that 4 ball, yeah, I do that too. I lean over, but there's not going to change. Well,
I'm about to climb on top of this stinking monitor to see if somebody give me a ruler. I got to see if that 4 ball goes past the 6.
I think with the right speed, there's a possibility. But, if there's any doubt that it might or might not go, he shouldn't play it.
Well,
he
the
should
reason
just try
why
to play
is-
it safe behind the 7.
The reason why is you saw what just happened when Maxim hit it hard into the corner and it bobbled out.
Yeah.
And again, if he hits it soft, that 4 ball might squeeze past that 6, but he'd need to get hard enough for the cue ball to come around 3 rails with the bottom right, for the 5 ball.
Now, if he's going to try to play safe on the 7 ball, this is a very touchy shot. He has to hit it just right. And that's what he attempted to do, and he got there.
And
Boy,
he
did he
did
get
it.
there. The only thing I don't like is the 4-ball being
Sitting
that
in
close.
front of the hole.
Yeah.
That's right.
This comes, if Maxime should make this, it's a star-studded shot. And it's
Right.
going to pick his confidence up so much if he can get position on the
Now
5
this is,
after it.
he doesn't want to go one rail here. He wants to go 2 rails.
Right.
Go past the side pocket, past the 5 ball to the end rail so that he can cut the ball, have the cue ball come 1 rail out. And he's going to hit it with a little bit of speed so he gets a shot on the 5 ball after that.
He went into the ball.
Oh, baby.
That's big. That's big. We still have the 7 ball. Your Team USA still has that 7 ball to contend with.
Take it easy. First of all, he's got to get from the 4 to the 5 and get a little bit of an angle on the 5.
That says
so that
upstate,
he's
slow
not,
down.
so that, let's not. We told them. This
One
is
ball
not.
at a time.
That's right. It's one shot at the time. Right now, 4 to the 5, he wants to have a little bit of an angle on the 5 so that he can get that cue ball when he makes that 5 over in front of the 6 so that he's not shooting near a rail.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. 100% coaching, believe me. These coaches have been working with these youngsters, and they don't give them anything but the right advice. That you can bet on.
See where that cue ball is right now? He wants that kind of an angle. He doesn't want it to be too straight, and he doesn't want to have to force anything. So there, he'd be good. Take it easy. Take it easy, Breezy. There you go. Now, I'm interested to know if that 7 ball is frozen to
It's
that
not.
rail.
It's not frozen. That I can tell you.
You better not let me down, Upstate Al.
No, I wouldn't.
If you say it's not, it better not be.
Because if it was frozen, what Jeanette is pointing out, playing that 7 ball in that far upper left-hand corner would be an issue because for some reason the points of those side pockets get bigger when you're shooting that shot. But this 7 ball is not frozen. He's working on a 5. Uh-oh, you got to get past that, and you were right. He has to get 1 ball at a time, and
And he
he's
left him
it.
the shot, yeah.
He's left it, but now
He can
Dudanets
see it,
has
he
to,
can make it.
Yeah, but Dudanets has to get back on that 7 ball too. I mean, I'm still saying that 7 ball is going to be the key shot of this
No,
game.
because right now all he's got to do is make this 5 ball. He doesn't have to do anything else, and he's automatically going to have a shot on the 6 in the same pocket with a natural position to come around and shoot the 7 ball in the same pocket.
He used the whole table here.
Now, if he got straight, that would make things more difficult.
Well, you might see him play the same shot with the cue ball and go all the way around table once again and get to the upper side of the 7 ball. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to punch it. Yeah.
That's what he did. He's playing the upper side of the 7 ball. And this 7 ball is going to determine it right now. Determine the match. This is big.
And this is the thing. He's got enough angle that all he's got to do is make it. He doesn't have to do anything fancy. He doesn't have to hit it hard because that 9 ball is right there. He's not going to hit it hard.
Boy, did he
Oh,
hit
he
it
did.
crisp. And he hit it crisp. Wow.
I think you're right. That 7 ball was not frozen.
Well, there's trouble here at
Oh,
the Atlantic Challenge
my
Cup,
heart.
Jeanette. It's now a score of 9-2. On behalf of Jeanette Lee and myself, Jeanette,
I'm still crying over here.
unbelievable.
I know, but they both played hard. They fought hard. They played a good game. I'm proud of them, but I'm brokenhearted.